footsteps. We all leave footsteps. And his are some mighty long trails.
Welcome. Thank God for joining me here at Geechee Kunda, Riceboro, Georgia, the absolute center of our culture, America's Gullah Geechee Center.
We're the only African people in this country that have a language. So Gullah Geechee people, that's what we do, we have our language. Now some people, you go to the Caribbean, they talk about the Creole languages or the patois. All those are African-based languages too. So Gullah is the one that we have in the US. So Gullah Geechee people, our ancestors held on to the language as an aspect of their African pride, their African sense, and their African love.
Right. So to understand the connection between this region and West Africa, it's important to understand a little bit about the languages. There are three major language groups, right, in the region. The one that's most important in terms of the connection to this place is the Atlantic language group. And it's called that because the people who speak those languages, those related languages, they are right on the rim of the Atlantic Ocean. The group that's best known around the world, that's from that Atlantic family, would be Wolof, which is spoken in Senegal. But the language family extends all the way down from Senegal, Gambia, and so forth, down to Liberia. And the southernmost extension, like the spearhead of that group, are two groups in the area of Liberia called the Geechee and the Gullah. So it's not by coincidence that here we have two groups with names that sound very similar. Now the linguistic similarities might, people could argue as coincidental, but it's more than coincidence when you look at the other similarities, between this region, this culture that is preserved here, so magnificently, and those people of West Africa.
In the 90s, folks in Savannah, cultural people and so-called conscious people in Savannah said that we need to have our own place. We need to have our place where we can come and share our culture, our history, the way we want to do it, and not be restrained by organizations who said we don't like to have that type of conversation at our facility. No, we said we need to have our own spot where we can come and freely share our story, our history. Unabashed, no shame.
This is a land where we labored, where we suffered, where we died, where we resisted, where we fought back, where we sabotaged, and where most importantly, we persevered. And it's time to use redemptive activity to help the rise of our people to our natural state. And this is going to be done through the proper education.
The Gathering is an annual festival that we've been putting on for over a decade and a half. And it's for folks to come out here and to learn about our culture and our history. Gullah Geechee culture in particular, but also other cultures of African people. And so what happens here, you now have the atmosphere to relax, to enjoy yourself, and also learn things that you would not normally get when you talk with some other people who are so-called experts on our culture and our history.
Modern day sound that everybody knows, but they don't know it came from the Gullah Geechee, which is the kumbaya. Very few people on the world know it originated from the plantations and those that used to be on the plantation, the former slaves of what we call the Geechee Gullahs or the Gullah Geechee. So Roll Jordan Roll, very famous at the time when it was recorded in the history books.
I understand this is a facility that when you want to deal with the culture in a respectful way, again, respectful way, not ways where basically people who are pimping the culture and the history, that again, that's exploitative. Here's a place you can come here, you can get it, you can get to understand that they're giving us a part of us. They're giving us a part of our foundation. That's why I tell you come to Geechee Kunda, guess what? You come to Africa. You come to the family compound. You will not get to experience a taste of your family. You get to experience a taste of where your ancestors come from. You now have it right there in your life right now. Now, it's not something that's far and remote. It is close as your neck. That is your jugular vein in your neck and your heart. Because when you get it, you got to share it. And guess what? You now form that web of greatness around you, and that's what it's about.
My name is Assibey Bonsu Blake. I was born in Harlem, New York. My father was born in Kumasi, Ghana. I've been primarily picking roles that highlight black men in a positive manner. I met Jim Bacote while visiting Geechee Kunda. I was down there with a partner of mine filming a mini feature. We used Geechee Kunda as our location. Geechee Kunda is a cultural center for everything slavery ancestors. It's everything African. It's everything black. Jim is a curator, founder, and actually the soul of the entire reservation.
We don't need no approval. We don't need no pat on the back. We just need to do it. We got intelligence. God gives us a mind. Nothing stops us. We just do it. We set the example of doing for self. We're receptive to anybody that get the mission, but we're not dependent. It's our culture, it's our responsibility. See to it that it's done properly.
We have to struggle.
And it's going to benefit and the enlightenment
when we can live
and the social positive modification of the entire world, emanating from a little bit of Geechee.
We don't need
the Georgia. Old bright gems. I was diagnosed with brain tumors. I started losing my balance. Stage 4 lung cancer, which didn't register in my mind. You know, 4 seems like a very, very mediocre number. It's not 4 trillion or anything. I've been going at full speed for like 70 years, so I don't mind crawling for a couple of weeks, a couple of months, a couple of years. You know, it's all good. So we got to stand up. We got to be not afraid and realize that all our battles have already been fought, already been won.
Footsteps. We all leave footsteps, and his are some mighty long trails. If we don't know where we've been, we really don't know where we're gonna go. And we've lost so much along the way coming from Africa to here. Jim is definitely a gateway back. Geechee Kunda is a gateway back.
I just want one thing. As time goes on, I pray somebody please remember the old black man.